Good afternoon, dear students. In the last class, in the first two or three class, we discussed about free space model, two-ray ground reflection model, and all. In this class, we are going to see the next section, link budget design. Also, we discussed in the last class, right? So, in this class, today we are going to discuss about small scale fading. Okay, small scale fading. What is fading? That is, we know we are transmitting and transmitting on signal at the transmitter and receiving the same signal at the receiver side, right? So in between the transmitter and the receiver, um, the path, sometimes the path will be long, sometimes the path will be short, something like that, right? So while traveling from a transmitter to a receiver, the signal undergoes various changes in the amplitude. Okay, so that is called this fade, variation in the amplitude of the signal, that is called the fading. Okay, so sometimes the signal will get reduced due to the obstructions in the field, due to terrain contour, that is the surface of various surface of the earth. Due to that, there will be some amplitude fluctuations. Okay, so the term fading, it is used to describe the rapid fluctuation of the amplitude of a radio signal over a short period of time or travel distance. Okay, so we know in between the transmitter there will be various parts, including buildings will be there, trees will be there, mountains will be there, hills will be there, something like that. So there is a chance or probability for changing in the amplitude of the radio signal. Okay, so it will cause the fading effect. It is the main reason for fading. So it is caused by the destructive interference between two or more versions of the transmitted signal being slightly out of phase due to the different propagation time. Okay, we know when transmitting from a uh, when we are transmitting a signal from a transmitter, it undergoes various path, right? It undergoes various path to reach the destination, right? So that sometimes there will be a line of sight path, sometimes there will be a reflected path, scattered path, diffracted path, something like that. Also when it undergoes all this, there will be some delay in time for each signal to reach it at the side of the receiver. Okay, so sometimes the direct line of sight path will reach the receiver side fastly. After some seconds, the next signal will reach there. So there will be a chance for the delay in reaching the signal. So it is mainly due to the out of phase of the signal. Okay, so it is caused by the destructive interference between two or more versions of the transmitted signal being slightly out of phase due to the different propagation time. Okay, this is also called as multipath propagation. Okay, so we know when transmitting there will be line of sight path, there will be reflected path, diffracted path, scattered path, something like that. So this is called multipath propagation. Okay, the different components are due to the reflection scattering from trees, buildings and hills, etc. Okay, we know there will be different path, and these all becomes due to the reflection scattering, etc. Okay, that is from the transmitter side. So at the receiver side, the radio waves generated by the same transmitted signal may come from different direction, with different propagation delay, with different amplitude, with different phase. Okay, so we know we are transmitting a signal from the transmitter side. At the receiver side, the signal may arrive with some propagation delay, with some difference in the amplitude, phase, etc. Right? So that is it will be random. Okay, sometimes there will be only delay only will be there, sometimes there will be a different in the direction will be there, there will be some difference in amplitudes will be there. It depends on the waveform. Okay, waveform, or it depends on the waveform, the obstruction, interference and all. Okay, each of the factor given above is random. The multipath components combine vectorially at the receiver and produce a fade or distortion. We know there will be multipath components will be there, the signal due to line of sight path, reflected path, scattered path, etc. So these components will combine at the receiver and produce a fade or distortion. Okay. Suppose if we consider one signal with various propagation delay, whether it will reach the receiver side uh, accurately? No, that is the thing here. So it will undergo fade. Okay, suppose if we are talking like that, and this is arriving at the destination within a proper time, after 5 seconds or something like that, if again the same message is going, means there will be some collision between the signals. So that thing happened in there. Okay, the effects are, the multipath propagation creates small scale fading effect. Okay, so it will cause the small scale fading effect. The three most important effects are the rapid change in signal strength or over a small travel distance or time interval. Okay, that is in a short distance, due to the due to the multiple path, there will be some rapid changes in the signal strength. Okay, also there will be some random frequency modulation due to varying Doppler shift on different multipath signal. Okay, there due to the Doppler shift, there will be some frequency variations will be there in the multipath signal. Also there will be some time dispersion caused by multipath propagation delay. Even when a mobile receiver is stationary, the received signal may fade due to non-stationary nature of the channel. We know, suppose if we are placing a mobile in a particular place for many times, that is keeping it still. Okay, and we are not moving the mobile. So at that time also there will be a chance for fading. Due to what? Due to the surrounding objects or surrounding things. Okay, surrounding moving objects will be there, smokes or something will be there. So due to that, the signal may fade due to the non-stationary nature of the channel. Okay, so then now we are going to see about the factors influencing small scale fading. Okay, so what are the factors that influence the small scale fading? Okay, first one is the multipath propagation. What about the multipath propagation? As I tell, there will be a line of sight path, there will be a reflected path, there will be a diffracted path, scattered path, etc. Right? So the presence of reflecting object and scatters in the space between the transmitter and receiver create a constantly changing channel environment. It also causes the signal at the receiver to fade or distort. Okay, so due to this, where reflected signals will be there, scattered signal, all due to this all signals, there will be a chance for changing the channel environment. It also causes the signal to fade or distort. Okay, so there will be various causes. Due to the propagation delay will be there will be some frequency variation will be there, time delay will be there will be various things. Okay, the next factor that influences the small scale fading is the speed of the mobile receiver. Okay, the relative motion between the transmitter and receiver result in a random frequency modulation due to different Doppler shift on each of the multipath signal. So we know, if we are using a mobile and we are that is okay, we are inside a vehicle and using a mobile, we know the vehicle is moving, right? So at that time also, it is there will be some variation in the signal strength. If we note it, we will understand while we are moving in a vehicle or something like that. at some point there will be some variation in the signal strength. So the relative motion between the transmitter and receiver result in a random frequency modulation due to different Doppler shift on each of the multipath signal. Doppler shift may be positive or negative depending on the direction of the mobile. Okay, it depends on the direction of the mobile. Okay, the speed Doppler shift that we will study later. Okay, so when there is a motion between the transmitter and receiver, there is a variation in the frequency. There will be a random frequency modulation due to the different Doppler shift. Okay, that is a change in distance between the transmitter and receiver. Then speed of the surrounding object. Okay, if the speed of the surrounding object is greater than the mobile, then the fading is dominated by those object. For example, suppose if we are moving in a vehicle and there is another vehicle which is moving fastly. Okay, there will be various other objects. There will be some factories will be there, many things will be there. Okay, so if the speed of that is greater comparing to the mobile, then we can say the fading is dominated by those objects. Okay, if the surrounding objects are slower than the mobile, then their effects can be ignored. Okay, if it is faster means the fading will dominate it, and if it is slower means then the mobile, then these fading effects can be ignored. Okay, then the next one is the transmission bandwidth. Okay, so this transmission bandwidth depends on the relation between the signal bandwidth and the coherence bandwidth. Okay, it just depends on the signal bandwidth and the coherence bandwidth of the channel. Okay, so at that time also the signal will get either fading or get distorted. Okay, that is here if the transmitted radio signal bandwidth is greater than the bandwidth of the multipath channel, the received signal has a probability of getting distorted. Okay, so but the received signal strength will not fade much. Okay, there will be a slight variation in the received signal. It will not reduce much, it will not fade much over the local area. Okay, so if the signal bandwidth is greater than the coherence bandwidth, it creates distortion, and if the signal bandwidth is smaller than the coherent bands, it creates small scale fading. Okay, distortion and small scale fading. If the signal bandwidth is greater than the coherence bandwidth, we can say there will be some distortions will be there. If the signal bandwidth is smaller than the coherence bandwidth, it creates the small scale fading. Okay, the next one is Doppler shift. So here in this Doppler shift, it is a change in the apparent frequency of the signal as the transmitter and receiver move towards or away from each other. Okay, that is it is nothing but Doppler shift means it is nothing but the frequency of the signal when it is moving towards or moving away from each other. Okay, if the mobile is moving towards the direction of the arrival of the signal, this Doppler shift value goes to positive. Okay, here consider mobile moving at the constant velocity v. The velocity of the mobile is v along a path segment having length d. Okay, here this x and y is the uh, is the 2 points. Okay, while it receives it receives signals from s satellite, we can represent it as s. Okay, so in the x and y is separated with the distance d. Okay, so the difference in path length traveled by the waveform from source S to the mobile at point X and from X to Y is del L. Del L is the path difference. Okay, so del L is equal to d cos theta. Okay, here if we consider this theta, that is equal to, what about the value? If we consider cos theta is equal to del L by d. Okay, so del L is equal to d cos theta. Okay, that is equal to v del t cos t. Okay, that is we can represent d as v into del t, or L is equal to, here we are just representing L as v into del t. Okay, so the phase change is denoted by del phi is equal to 2 pi del L by lambda, that is equal to 2 pi v del t by lambda cos t. Okay, here L is v into t. Okay, then the Doppler shift is given by Fd is equal to 1 by 2 pi del phi by del t. Okay, that is equal to v by lambda into cos t. After simplifying, we will get the expression v by lambda into cos t. This is the Doppler shift. Okay, hope you understand what is small scale fading. The remaining we can see in the next video. Okay.